hello.
What's up, everyone?
Hey, how's it going?
We live on a Monday. Should be fun. I've got a bunch of stuff to rant about. So if you guys got good news, let's get that out of the way first. Because
I mean, I have a feeling that most of it is going to be about bad buyers or dumb buyers. But
my God, it must be a full moon or something today.
Yeah.
Because man, I mean, the Instagram post was one of them, and then there was something that happened right before that, and I'm like, what is happening today? It's just been crazy. So I don't know, but yeah, let's get the good stuff out of the way. Like Laura had at first it said unbranded chicken French, and we were like, what? Unbranded? What?
we had no idea what you're talking about.
Right.
So Laura made that comment before the live started, and all three of us looked up what a chicken French was, and all three of us have agreed we want to try this.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
And I think it's a Frenchies, or I don't even know how you pronounce it actually.
Francis, I don't know. It's
But it
French.
looks good.
It looks really good though.
It does.
So,
It
yeah,
definitely made my mouth water too. I was like, wow.
Mhm.
yeah.
And I just have Pizza Hut right now.
Nice. Pizza Hut's been on point lately. I got to tell you,
It really has.
they've been stepping their game up. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
Finally, it took them long enough. It's
Right.
in a box in the garage is here. Howdy. What's
Hey.
happening?
Howdy.
And now Laura's like, hi. After,
Hi.
after it's like all this
Hi,
food
Laura.
talk, and then Laura's like, oh, hi. Hi, Laura. Rants. Yeah, they're coming.
Yes.
Hi, Rosie. Rants.
Hi, Rosie. Thanks for stopping in. And then, yeah, let's go rants. Yeah, I got some rants, though.
I got a couple too. Probably not as long as yours, but I got a couple, and
My God.
it makes me mad.
Oh, my God.
Uh-oh.
What?
No, Ed's mad. Uh-oh.
It's
Not
angry.
that kind of mad.
Oh, okay.
It's just, yeah, I don't know what happened today. Like, it just, I hate starting the show off on a bad note. So does anybody have anything good to talk about? Because I did. We had decent sales today, so I guess that's good.
I had one sale. No,
No.
two sales actually, and they were both low dollar ones.
Oh. Poo. We were decent. I think we had, trying to think, 14 on eBay, and then
Nice.
one Poshmark, no Macari.
Nice.
So,
Yeah, one eBay, one Poshmark, and two on Macari, with one being a little smart ASS, which is going to be part of my rent.
but we sold, and I don't know where I got the idea from, but we sold a Squishmallow on Poshmark, and that is by far the easiest sale ever on Poshmark, because you can throw it in a number 7 box. You don't smash it. Throw it in a number 7 box, throw the label on it, and you're done. So I don't know. Somebody gave me the idea to sell Squishmallows. I don't remember who it was.
Yeah, me neither.
Right? When I sold a 24-inch, I had to actually shove that thing in the number 7 box. It was hard to get it in there.
How'd you get it in there? That's what I want to know. Without tearing it. I mean, without tearing the box. That's impressive.
You know how much tape I use? They got a person.
Okay, I get it. Yeah.
One of these Mondays, Ed, you need to bring like one of your taped up boxes on the live so everybody can experience this, because how much your tape budget has got to be a little high.
So, does it have to be a number 7 box, or could it be any kind of box?
I don't care. Yeah, whatever box. People need to see this. But I have another question for you. I was watching your last What Sold video, and do you have one of these?
I do, but I don't like using it.
Okay. But wait, how do you get the eBay tape on the little one?
I just put it in there. It works.
This big roll fits in the little plastic one?
Yeah, it
really?
works. I don't have one with me here.
Yeah, I think it's equivalent to your centerpiece. How it goes in there.
So I mean, it works, and I like doing it that way because I tried using that thing you guys have, but it just wasn't working for me, so I didn't like it.
Interesting.
And
Jimmy's
as far as tape, I actually get all my tapes just free. So.
I switched to this tape.
Ooh, high performance. Hi, Sarah.
Dude, it's thick. Like I said, Ed, this might be the tape you need, man.
Well, I get the one from Costco, so I think it's like 10 rolls for like
Yeah.
$20.
Okay. Is the tape gun like to have too much resistance for you, or is it just you're just so used to using the plastic?
Yeah, I'm so used to doing it like that, and I can do it faster that way too. So I just didn't like the whole thing.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Well,
Really?
I'm like, I gotta ask him about this during the live because I was gonna send you a tape gun because I'm like, dude, here, just take the tape gun. You need this. So
No, I have it.
Okay.
Somewhere in there.
If not, I have a few extra too lying around too, man. We can send them to you.
That's right. It was gonna happen, but I'm glad I asked now. How was the bins? It was good. We had drama. We had some drama. There was.
Well, I wanted to ask really quick to anybody's here.
Yeah.
You know about those recording glasses, right? The ones that I showed you.
Yeah.
Would anybody be interested in seeing the bins video with very low bad quality? The LA bins with that kind of quality.
Yes.
I was thinking of
People
getting
would
them.
absolutely be interested in that.
Yeah. The only thing I'm afraid is if somebody from there they see the channel or they see the video and then they recognize me, it says, "Oh, you can't come in here no more." That's the only thing I'm.
How would they know?
Right.
Well, they see my other videos.
Yeah, but how would
And then
they
they
know it's
recognize
you?
me.
Oh, well, just don't. I mean, I wouldn't film it in front of. I wouldn't film your face at all. I would film.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so
I would film the whole thing.
Thing like this, but then say they come across my video, they could just click on my channel. My face is all over the thumbnails after it, also they could just see.
I would do it for as long as you can get away with it because bins videos do really well on YouTube, and LA bins probably is going to be awesome.
Oh man, you'd be surprised.
I'm venturing again. If you do it like we do it, and you stick around for a couple hours and get through a couple binge changes and go through the craziness for a little while, I'm betting you're going to come home with shoes that are going to be awesome, and you're going to pay like $1.50 for them.
I'm pretty sure, yeah. And I'll talk about it more later on during the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, how was the bins? Well, all three of Jimmy went to the bins over the weekend, and I just got back. So, ours had some drama today. We had one of the guys that sits in our corner, well, has been sitting in our corner, had a crew neck jacked out of his cart by a couple college girls. Just came up and pulled it right out of his cart, and then the manager though was really nice. She was like, "Oh yeah, I'll go. Let me look at the footage and see if I can see who did it." And before the manager came back from the office, these two little girls hurried up and checked out and ran out of the bins as fast as they could. And so he was angry though. He was throwing some stuff around in the bins. He kicked like a plastic toy penguin all the way across the floor, and he was angry. But we did good. We did real good. We got one shirt that's worth about $100. So
nice. I was gonna ask, they didn't have their they got it stolen from their cart, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
They didn't do the classic just get like a blanket or something thick and put it on top of everything.
He didn't. But he was so like there was our cart, and then his cart was right next to us, and then next to him was another cart, and they were all kind of covered over. And so I don't know. I mean, it's still a jerk move to do something like that, but no, he didn't have it covered. And he's like, yeah, next time I'm covering it. He's like, at least I know if it's been disturbed before I get back, and I can make it, at least get a hold of a manager a little ahead of time. And I'm like, yeah.
I mean, can they really do anything though?
Yeah, it's that. Yeah. I mean, it could have been his. I mean, like I have my Carhartt hoodie that I bring in all the time, and I put it in the cart because it gets like today we were in the 60s today until the wind hit, and then now we're back down in the 30s. I think 38 now. It was 65 when I woke up. Now it's 38.
Same.
But yeah, crazy weather. So
right.
But yeah, it was super warm in there when I got there, so I always leave my Carhartt hoodie like in the cart. And someone could have just taken it and walked away, but most people don't do that. And these kids knew what they were doing, because he went up to him and he was like, hey, that was in my cart. And they were like, oh, I don't even know where I got it from. I don't think it was. And then they hurried up and checked out as fast as possible. And I was like, something's fishy. But
yeah,
we did well. We got a lot of crew necks. We got a lot of shirts. We got
any shoes?
We got good stuff. cowboy boots, Double H cowboy boots, and then I can't remember the other brand, but they're made in El Paso, and they're definitely snakeskin. And I'm gonna have to invest in some leather cleaner.
Actually, double check on the snake skin, because actually in a box in the garage, I asked about it during one of my lives. They had like a snake skin pattern, and they actually put in one of my comments that we cannot sell that kind of stuff on eBay if it's an endangered snake. So I double check on that. I mean, he probably would know more, but he actually commented that, so I'm kind of hesitant to list those shoes because I don't know if I will get in trouble or not.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. In a box in a garage. Actually, if Sarah's watching, maybe she can bring them in real quick and we can take a look at them. I know Sarah's watching because I can actually hear the echo.
And she said gross shoes.
Well, let me get into the chat. Jennifer's here. Hi, Jennifer. She says hit that like button. Yeah, that's right. And support our down below in the description of this video. There's all 3 of our channels are down there, along with Jennifer's channel and her PayPal. So if you want to buy her coffee or if you want to buy her anything, it's down there. Here she comes. Thank you. Yeah. So there they are.
Nice.
That's probably snakeskin. It looks snakeskinny to me, but they're Tony Llama, El Paso, Texas, USA.
So, Tony Llamas, okay.
Yeah, so they're they're good. The tread on them is, but they're boots, so you can retread boots with no problem.
Yep.
So, but yeah, they're in decent shape. And then we found a pair of Double H as well that are like. See, my dad has a term for the Double H boots, and I'm sure people have heard them, but it's an S kicker boot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but that's what they are. That's for sure what they are. Bartermania in the house. What's up? He says, "Hey, all. How's it going?"
Hello.
Laura said, "Sold 2 items on Friday and 1 on Saturday, all on eBay." Nice. Angie's Oddities here. Hello, everyone. How have sales been? Good. I mean, the weekend
They've been
was
all
good.
right.
Jimmy, how'd you do over the weekend? Did you do good?
Yeah, I mean, it was low volume but high profit. So I mean, I sold a stuffed animal for $200, which was pretty cool.
I saw.
Nice.
That was cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
Sold my first ever tidy whities, $50. I was like, "What is up?"
Wait, 1 pair?
No, there were 2 4-packs, so 8 pairs of underwear.
Nice.
Jockey classics, all the same size, but they were gray and blue, and it was kind of weird. I just threw them up there because it was hard to gauge what they were selling for, right?
Right.
So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna put them all together because they're all size 32.
Yeah.
Took a picture, 2 hours, bam, gone. I was like,
were they made USA, all cotton type thing?
Yes.
Yeah. People go crazy over that stuff.
Yeah, I was like,
right? Especially new ones.
Yeah.
And then I know. So if anybody's seen my Ben, I didn't have a Ben's video because it is posted now on the TV screen. No filming. It's huge. So, and I took my other half, so she was like, "Do not record with me in here." I'm like, "All right." So,
Jen.
Yeah, party pooper. But ended up, as you guys know, I cleaned up on Cabbage Patch Kids, man. I could not believe it.
Sarah was so jealous.
I could not believe it. Sold my first ever Cabbage Patch today.
Nice.
Good.
Nice.
So Sarah nailed that right on the head, what I would sell it for, because she was like, probably $30 because I was honest, it did have pox. I even sent Sarah the picture. She's like, "Yeah, but it's not going to hurt it." It had like two little spots. I circled them in a picture, disclosed it in my description, and I had it listed for $35, and they sent me a best offer at $30, so I was like, "Take it."
Yeah, there you go.
Those are the best offers right there.
Yeah,
reasonable. I don't ever mind reasonable offers.
Yeah, I was like,
Jimmy, have you gotten one of those offers on Poshmark where they only offer you $1 less than what you're asking?
No, all the offers I get, man, it's like kicking the pants. I'm like, "What is this, man?" I'm like, and then when you decline it, Poshmark sends you that thing, "Hey, probably shouldn't be declined, dude." So then I'll counter, and then they'll counter $1 more. I was like, "Okay, this is what we're doing right now." Okay.
Yeah, we're never getting there. I've never gotten that offer either, Ed.
I get those often.
Really? $1, I would take it. Be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean,
whatever.
But
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't understand why they do it. Maybe it's just to make them feel like they got a deal, but they're perfectly happy paying the full price, but they only offer like $2-3 less than what the actual listing is. Like, yeah, I'll take it. I don't care.
that's so weird. Like if you're, I mean, there isn't much out there that I wouldn't pay an extra $1 for. You know what I mean? Like if I'm going somewhere and they're like, "Hey, it's $1 more for this," I'll be like, "Yeah, that's fine. Give me that. That's good." Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. But, yeah, Laura's with us. Doesn't like the handheld tape holders. I'm way behind the chat.
Yeah.
See, I can't use that tabletop one, man. I always pull it off. You know,
Yeah.
so, you know, the one where you're trying to pull it to you.
That and then they get stuck onto your hand or your clothes or something.
I was gonna say, what about our hairs? I'm like,
I got this lidocaine patch on my shoulder because it's been bothering me, and I'm regretting the moment I'm gonna have to take that off.
It's gonna suck.
It's gonna be bad. But how long can you record for with the glasses?
About 30 minutes.
Yeah, it has to be quick.
That's good enough, but you can shut them on and off, right?
Yeah, you can. But
Yeah.
and then the only bad thing with those is if you don't get like the really expensive ones, you don't actually know if they're recording or not. So you actually have to know, it's like, okay, you press it, you have to know the settings, and then you have to press it and hope that it's recording, because if it's not, there's no way to tell.
Oh man, I got to get something. I'm working on it. I might just clear it with the management. Like I may just walk up to because the manager was there today, but there was a drama, and I was going to ask her. But I may just ask the management and just be like, "This is what I'm going to do. Do you guys have any problem with it?" Because last time some customers got really irritated, but this is how it's going to go down. Like I'm going to literally just record me because people love that. Or maybe I'll get the glasses. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. Dave the Gent's here.
Dave.
What's up, Dave? Thanks for
Hey,
staying up
Dave.
with us. We appreciate it. They would know it's on your channel, so they would blame you. Yeah, they probably would.
Yeah,
but
that's what I was thinking.
I
I mean, I don't go to the bins often to even care anyways. That's the thing.
yeah, so that's what I was kind of thinking is for you, do it for as long as you can get away with it. Because worst case scenario, you're back to flea markets. But unless you like the first couple times you go to the LA bins, it's insane and you get great stuff, then maybe just stop.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like you're going to do pretty well there. Just thinking about LA and, a lot of the people that moved to LA and then, want to make it big or whatever, and then they leave and then they donate a whole bunch of stuff. So you got a lot of like people going in and out of the state. You might find some pretty good stuff there.
True. But I mean, if it's one of those bins that people really like, I just gotta keep doing it though.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to be a bins channel too, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe for my if I ever reach 1,000, that's what I'll do.
Yeah. I think it'd be. I think it actually would be a good video. I'd love to see the LA bins. So.
I know you guys would definitely love when the new ones are coming out, because they're. I mean, I don't know if anyone here has been to the LA bins, but they don't even wait. They just go and dig. And I mean, what can they really do anyways? It's not like, I think I saw another bins video. I don't know if it was yours or Jimmy's, but it's a lot more controlled and they actually listen to what the employees say, not on ours.
Oh, so like when they're resetting the bins, they don't wait till they're done resetting the whole row. People
No, they just go and be crazy.
That would be a great video. I'm telling you, that'd be a great video.
I mean, Ed, that was like 50 cents from the bins, man.
Yeah, and when I went to
sold in 4 hours.
When I went to the bins, I got 2 pair of pants that sold for me, and they were both sold for $70.
Yeah.
So I mean, I like going there. It's just I don't want to risk the pain.
Yeah.
And that was a throwback. So
yeah, nice. That's a good reason. So they do the $1 to make sure you're still an active seller. That's okay. I get that. Good flip here. Had a doorknob listed for $49.99. Someone offered $45 today. Sold.
Done.
Nice.
Yeah. So we've been calling my injury Ben's arm, like tennis elbow.
Yeah,
because it's right. It's the muscles you use to kind
Yeah.
of sort. Oh yeah.
You know what it's from, right? Making fun of the Browns. See, you got the Baker Mayfield injury.
Yeah. FYI, link for Ed's YouTube isn't working. I did a search and a sub.
I check right now. It is working.
It is working. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might just be Safari.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that's probably true. Look at this. I'm ahead of the game finally. Jennifer
right.
can share something coming up. Yeah. Whirl Squirrel live.
Which I got confused on my life.
Yeah, that's okay. All right. Well, we're into it a little bit. Ed, you want to start on a rant first, or is it?
Sure, I'll start.
Okay. Go for it.
So, I got and this is about Macari, which a Macari rant. Who knew?
Oh,
So, I mean, you guys know Macari is my third platform. Facebook is my lowest, but then there's Macari. So I don't really expect too much from Macari, anyways. I had a pair of Oakley sandals, which unfortunately was a bad pickup because thinking Oakley is alright, I could sell them for at least $20 plus shipping.
Right.
No, they're not even worth $10.
Right.
So
wow.
the problem with those is, sandals, you would expect them to be light, right? So like around 12 ounce, even the pound rate. No,
Right.
these Oakley sandals are heavy, so they have to go at a 2-pound rate. So I get somebody says like, why is shipping so expensive for sandals? And then I just told them, they're heavy. They go over. Yeah, they have to go at a 2-pound rate. And then they were just trying to be a little smart ASS in the beginning, but would you? It's like with the shipping and blah, would you take 10? I was like, yeah, that's my lowest. I'll take 10. So and then they accept the offer with the shipping, of course, and then they send me a message on a tie that I have, and then it says, oh, so with this, with shipping being so much, would you want to throw this in with it? I didn't even respond. In my head, I want to say. I already saw Adam and your face. You know exactly what was going on, but in my head, I was like, you. So I just didn't respond. I shipped it out, and I'll see what happens. But little ASS.
We had that the other day where someone messaged us and they were like, I'm interested in like 3 or 4 things on Macari. So I'm interested in like 3 or 4 things in your store. Can we do a bundle deal? And I responded back. I'm like, there is no way to do that. Like, the Macari doesn't have an option to do it. Mm-hmm. And they responded back rudely and they were like, well, you could just make a listing with all of it. And it's like, see, and this is what, the moment you go, oh, you know what? Yeah, I'll do that for you. Sure. And we did, like a bunch of jerks. And I thought, as soon as we were doing it, I'm like, this is going to be one of those times where you do something special for somebody and they screw you. And so Sarah messaged her and they're like, yeah, okay. I put up a listing with the 4 things that you wanted. Let us know if you wanted it. It's there, but, and then, so she was like, oh, hey, yeah, it's there. Let us know if that works for you. And then this happened. Gone. Like, not to be heard from the next day. Then we get another message. Oh, hey, sorry, I was doing stuff. I was really busy. Couldn't get back to you. Would you take 40 for all of that? And the total was like $90. And we were like, no. And this is why we don't do these things for people, because this is what happens.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So, especially on Macari, it's dumb.
Yeah.
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 But if that happens, do you guys immediately block the person or just let it go?
On Macari, I typically just let it go.
Or just any platform.
On eBay, oh, they're blocked. Right away.
Yeah.
My list on eBay is getting very long.
Same.
We added 2 today, actually.
Nice.
I'll get into that.
What about for Poshmark?
Poshmark, I haven't blocked anybody on Poshmark yet, but it's probably coming. I mean, I'll be honest, like, we've had lowball offers, like crap offers on Poshmark, but nobody's ever been like insanely rude to us on Poshmark yet. I'm sure it's coming. Probably later today with the way today's been going. But yeah, we haven't had that happen yet. I don't know. What does the chat do? Do you guys block immediately the moment somebody just goes after you, or what do you do? Yeah, I know. Oh, I know you do. You love the block.
Yeah. On Macari, definitely on eBay, and on Poshmark, I usually do it if someone rates me 3 and under, and for the dumbest reasons too. And the one that usually is shipping. That's the one that's like, okay, I'm blocking you. I don't want your business again.
And it's like there's anything you can do about that. Like, your shipping was a little high. No, it's the same price as everybody else. Thanks.
Go
What about
to
you?
eBay and see that shipping.
What about you, Jimmy? Are you a blocker? You
It depends on what I'm selling. Like I said, when I was selling those high dollar squishmallows, oh yeah, I'd block people because, I mean, they're mean. I'm like, I was like, I'm no different than the other people selling them for the same price. And actually, I was like, I'm $10 less than them. Why are you yelling at me? Which they probably are, right?
Yeah.
But, I may have to block a guy today over a Thomas train though, because it's almost to say, like you guys were just talking about. Remember the gray one I was talking about?
Yeah.
That I found at the bin. Well, okay, so I have a pristine one, and then I have one that's kind of beat up. Well, the guy that messaged me about the beat up one, he was like, "Hey, it's kind of in rough shape. Can you take $20 for it?" I was like, it's listed for 27. You know what? Sure.
Yeah.
So I replied back with an offer. Then he sends me back a message. He's like, I appreciate you sent me the offer. Could you send me better photos of the train? I'm with the damage. I'm like, every photo has the damage in it. I don't understand. So I sent back. I was like, absolutely not. I will not do that. Because one, all my pictures have the damage in it. That's why I took it. That's why I took the picture. I mean, they're even zoomed in. I mean, you can see all the damage.
Right.
And I was like, this guy's just going to be a pain because I have a feeling if I do this, that's what I said. Because I even said in my message, I've already wasted more than $20 talking about it.
Yeah, that's right.
So, but I was like, I'm going to go out of my way and do this, right? It's going to get to him. He's not going to be happy when it gets there.
Yeah. Right.
And
or
then,
he's going to say you missed some damage in one of your pictures or something.
Yeah. And I used all 12 of my slots on this car, so I was like, and then he replies back, well, now I'm going to think about it. I just replied back. I was like, please do me a favor and just cancel it. I mean, so I could just move on with myself.
Right.
I really don't want to sell to you right now. So he may be blocked.
I do have another rant story from a car, but go ahead, Adam.
No, we had, so this morning we went to go pick up our usual, we go to the auction and pick up the stuff that we won. And so on the way down there, somebody messaged us, we have this Carhartt hoodie. It's a modern Carhartt hoodie. And it's, it's worth like $25. Like it's a nice hoodie. It's in good shape. It's not thrashed or anything. It's worth like $25. And I get an offer while I'm sitting there waiting for Sarah to get the magazines because she got a bunch of Mad magazines. And I get an offer for $10. We're asking $26. And I'm like, so I respond, my offer back is just because I know Mark's going to go on a rant about the algorithm, but I still want to counter offer at least once just to keep things moving. So I counter offer with $25.50 just to be a jerk, because I'm like, yeah, your first offer is under 50% of what I'm asking. You're a jerk. Here's your sign, like $25.50. So, and then I get another offer, $15 and it says in the comments in all caps, "Summer's coming. I'm all in." And I'm like, guess who doesn't care? $25. Like, so I just declined it at that point. And then I get a message. I'm like, just
is it the Instagram?
Leave me alone. So no, then I get a message. What's the buy it now price on this? So I respond back, $26, like it says in the listing. And then he's like, well, you should check your ad. It says or best offer. And I responded back, yes, it does. And none of your offers were good. Your first one was insulting at less than 50% of what you're asking. Your second one was a better, but still insulting. I don't think we're going to be selling to you. Thank you. And then they got blocked. Message back, 18. No. Message back again, 19 with a laughing face. And I'm like, look, dude, stop being a jerk. I'll report you for harassing. Just move on. And then that guy went away. Then on comes number 2. Number 2 comes in looking at 2 Cabbage Patches. And they're like, hey, why don't you offer discounts for people who buy multiple things? And it's like, well, we do. Mm-hmm. Well, what would be your lowest you can go in these Cabbage Patches? Just make us offers and we'll entertain, we'll let you know. No, I'm a business owner, and I know that if you buy multiple things from businesses, typically there's a discount for everybody everybody offers discounts if you buy multiple things. And then I'm thinking to myself, if I go to Walmart and I buy 6 of the same Funko Pops, do I get some of them cheaper? No, I don't. So that's an inaccurate statement.
Absolutely.
So then we keep going, and finally, and I'm like, look, we told you that, and then they started getting rude and saying like, well, I'm a business owner and I've been a business owner for 20 plus years and I know that this is how the things work and this, that, and the other thing. I'm like, okay, we said that we would give you a deal if you bought multiple. We also said that you would combine shipping. And when we told them how we did, because we don't do the invoices anymore if we can prevent it, we just tell them, buy it, whatever the difference is in shipping, we will refund it. Like, it's so much easier that way because, one, we're not guessing to figure out how much the shipping is going to be, and two, you pay exactly what we're paying for shipping, so it's as accurate as it can possibly be. And so that's why we don't do it. That's why we don't do the invoicing anymore. So I told them that, and that wasn't good enough. They were like, eBay takes forever to issue the refund, and I'm like, okay, then don't buy it. Like, this is how we do it. And so my response back was, we told you that's how we handle this thing, and we would give you a deal. That's not good enough for you because you didn't like how we handle it. So we're just not going to be selling this to you. And then that's when I got the Instagram message that was like, you're deplorable. You're not a bit. And because I had said in the message back, I'm like, we also are business owners. And they're like, you're deplorable. You're not a real business owner. I've owned a storefront for 20 plus years. You just run an eBay store. And I'm like, you're right. I'm not a business owner because I sell things online and I don't pay stupid amounts of rent for a brick and mortar business. Sorry.
All right.
End of rant. that was it. It was just awful.
So you ended up blocking them?
Yeah, they're both blocked. She did not take too kindly to it. She said she reported me to eBay for my last message. I wasn't rude to them. I was just like, this is how we told you our policy and how we handle combined shipping, and that wasn't good enough for you. And they were like, I sent your last message to eBay. They will definitely be talking to you. I'm like, they won't because I didn't do anything.
No, they're not.
They're not going to waste their time.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Actually, they would have responded back with you probably blocking them. Be honest with you.
I know. If I would have called, they would have been like, just block them. They'll be fine. They'll go away.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like, you know what? You're going to be famous now on Instagram. Have a nice day.
Right?
Yeah. Don't ask my lowest. It's the most annoying. And that is the most annoying. Anytime you're trying to sell something and they're like, what's the lowest you'll take on this? I don't know, dude. Make me an offer. Like, I'm not gonna flinch first. I'm the one who has the product. Like, make me an offer. You show your cards, and then I'll show mine. That's how this works. Like, I used to sell cars, and anytime someone was like, "What's your best price on this car?" I'd be like, "I don't know. Let's sit down and talk about it." Like, I'm not gonna be like, "Yeah, 10 grand. That's probably the lowest we can go on it," because their immediate conversation that's gonna follow that statement is gonna be, "I'll give you 8 for it, or 6." Or whatever. So, yeah.
It's like you already have a number in mind. Just tell me what your number is. And just let's avoid this back and forth.
Yeah, that's right. So, I'm so going to the grocery store tomorrow and making a big steak bundle.
Should have done that today.
Should have done it today. Pearl says, oh my God, I had an old lady like that at my yard sale who talked me out of a vintage Winnie the Pooh. She's like, I'm putting them in a shoebox and sending it overseas. Well, her car was loaded with stuff. Oh, man. I hate it when people do that. I'm going to tell them some guy on eBay says this is how the real world works. Yeah, when they pull on your heartstrings, and that's another thing with eBay. And you guys, I know both of you have gotten these ones where they send you the sob story, and you're like, "Is this real?"
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I don't care if it's real. It's not my problem.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. And I was like, okay, if you don't have any money for this, then you probably should not be shopping for wants. Go spend it on needs.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. How long will you go on this? My husband's answer: $2 more than it's listed. Yeah. How low will you go on this? Yeah. Yeah, that's a good one. To me, putting best offer pin on a listing is like sticking a note in your back that says "kick me." It could be, but I mean, we don't mind. We don't mind. I mean, we do get reasonable offers all the time, and like we got one right before the live came on where someone offered us like $4 less than what we're asking, and that's fine. I mean, I'd rather move products for a few dollars less than what we're asking than not, but every now and again it backfires with people like this, and it just drives you insane.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've been having mixed results though, because I have some things that are just straight up no offers on at all, and of course everything else is with offers on. And I am selling stuff with no offers on pretty reasonably and quick. It's just, I don't know, it's weird. Some people is like, oh well, this is the price, so I just gotta buy it. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not 100% on it either. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like we'd have a dive in sales if we took the best offer off, because there's market fluctuations. You know, like certain things are worth a lot of money today that might not be worth a lot of money next month.
yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly.
and especially with clothing, like the warmer long sleeve stuff is going to start tailing down because we're getting warmer. Well, we were getting warmer until a couple hours ago.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that explains why I'm selling so many athletic shoes lately.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, because we were warming up and now we're back to winter. So I don't know.
Oh, it's gonna be a hot summer.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to it.
Jennifer says,
we were spoiled this weekend, man.
"Yeah, we were. It was nice. I had the windows down for the first time. Yeah. It was great."
We're gonna be spoiled too much for the next week.
Ed's like, I got my AC on.
I did. I've been on with my fan.
I don't even know if mine works still. Like it hasn't been on in months. I might turn it on and it won't work.
You'll have old snowfall coming out instead of the actual AC.
Oh man, that's the true thing. Jimmy, do you cover yours in the winter? Because I don't cover mine.
Your AC unit?
Yeah.
No, it actually controls it. It works in the winter and the.
Oh, you have an HVAC system.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't cover it.
Yeah, ours, we have the little thing sitting out back with the big fan in it, and they like, you should cover this, and we're like, we bought a cover and everything. It never goes on.
I mean, the old unit before this one we never covered. That's probably why. So, I mean, to be honest with you.
We'll be getting a new air conditioning this year.
And that's what I thought. Yeah, what Mark said on the bottom. He said, because my uncle was an an AC guy, and he said never to cover him. It's bad.
Okay, yeah, I would believe that. In a box in a garage got you beat it. In Las Vegas.
Oh geez, no, I'm good.
Now, so I don't generally watch like NASCAR, but I heard Vegas actually got snow. I mean, some snow. They saw snow or something.
They have. Yeah, it has happened. It happened the last couple years. In a box in a garage will probably comment. I think they got it this year though too.
Yeah, they said they had it Saturday or something. It was weird.
Well, Kristen's getting snow, but she lives in Colorado, so that's not too uncommon.
I think we're supposed to Thursday.
Yeah. Let's see. On a $3.99 postcard, yeah, that's it hasn't been.
I was like, who would do that?
Yeah. People do. We have records that we're just trying to blow out of here, and like they'll be on there for like $3, and we'll get an offer for $1.50, and it's like, just pay the $3. Seriously, like,
how much more cheap can you be?
Right? Yeah, it's just I don't get it. So Jennifer's got a severe thunderstorm warning. It's so windy. Yeah, we had some wind. We had it wasn't a thunderstorm, but it was probably on its way to being a thunderstorm. We got real windy there for a few minutes, and then it knocked our McDonald's sign over. Well, it didn't. It's just leaning. It's leaning like this. So we drove by it actually on our way home, and I was like, "Oh, it's like leaning like this."
Sheesh.
It just bent the sign.
We had heavy winds here also yesterday.
Yeah,
like really heavy winds.
So somebody put it on our local group. I sent it to Jimmy. And the guy at the bottom, the comment of the year I saw. So the McDonald's sign's like leaning over the parking lot almost, and some guy says, "That effing ice cream maker better still be working." I was like, "That's priceless."
You know it's not.
No, it's definitely not.
It's down.
Yeah. In a box in the ground, was born in SoCal, misses the weather. See that, Ed?
Oh, Jimmy, you weren't in my live yesterday, so what I got?
Nice. There we go.
Little McDonald's crock pins.
It was awesome. There you go. Here's your answer. Yeah, we had snow a couple times this year. Nothing major, just flurries. So, Vegas.
Okay.
Vegas gets snow. Yes, it snows in the desert. It certainly does. Newark, Delaware is where the love McDonald's ice cream. Yeah. Well, it's not the ice cream. The ice cream machine works, right? It's the McFlurry machine that never works.
Yeah, the flurry machines that are always broken.
Yeah, because they got to pump out those Shamrock shakes as much as they can between now and the middle of the month. So, yeah. What's up, John? Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it.
Hey, John.
We were just ranting about some horrible well, not even customers, I guess, people that wanted to buy stuff off of us and didn't. Your stalker has Jack Skellington and Hocus Pocus on her Crocs. That's
She
pretty
does.
awesome.
Yeah.
I wanted to get a Monster Energy one, but I couldn't find one.
Shamrock. I've never had a Shamrock shake.
Me neither.
Never. Yeah. What is it? Is it like a mint shake? Is that what it basically is?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I heard they're good. I've just never had one. Every time I go, the ice cream machine is broken.
That's what I'm saying, dude. We gave up trying to get them. It's like, every time. Sorry, it's down. I'm like, is it down, or you guys just don't want to clean the? You guys just don't want to clean the machine.
Probably.
All right. Mark asked for it because he said he sold a car, so he needs more emotion.
Okay.
So I got one. I got one more for you guys.
All right.
So again, another Macari one. This guy sends me an offer for $44 plus shipping on a pair of Hokas. That's fine because I have them for $55. Perfectly acceptable.
Sure.
I accept the offer. Got the label. Bam. 2 minutes later, $50 free shipping. Thank you. Like, what? And then again, $50 free ship. Yes or no? And I tell him I already accepted your offer and it's gonna get shipped out on Monday. And he's like, no, don't send. You're gonna get a bum wrap unless you do it for $50 free ship. I'm like, what? So then
what?
And then I thought that and then he says, you saw my 50 no ship. So I was like, I'm getting confused at this point. I just said, you know what? Just request a cancellation. That way it won't count against me. And I actually had to walk him through how to do the cancellation. And then when I got the request, immediately accepted and I blocked him. Like, man.
That's garbage.
But it's like, come on, man. I accepted your offer and then you tell me that. You made me take it off the other platforms. Just person.
Bum rap. That's a good one.
I mean, I thought he was mean that he's gonna give me a negative 1-star review, but I was like, I don't care. Give me a 1-star review. I just want the money.
Wait a minute. If you send that out, Macari's not going to accept the return.
Yeah, but at the same time, it was Saturday, so I couldn't even send it out anyways.
No, but I mean, I guess he still could cancel it. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, say I got the order and it was like Monday afternoon, I would immediately print the label out, push ship, and had already taken to the post office. And if you send me that afterwards, I would have told like it's already shipped out. There's nothing I can do. And if you want, you can put it back on Macari if you want, but I'm not gonna accept that return. And then Macari accept that return, I'm gonna put them on blast.
That's right.
But I didn't want that headache, so I'm like, you know what? Just request a cancellation. I'm not gonna deal with you.
I can't stand it when people do that. We've had there's a couple things that you get all these messages sometimes from people that are trying to negotiate with you, and they're like $18, $19 or whatever, and then like you I entertain, like, don't get me wrong, I don't just stop people immediately. I'm like, I'll do like $40 or whatever, and that's the offer, and then they're like, okay, yeah, so you'll do 40, and I'm like, yeah, I'll do 40, and then they send the offer, and when they send the offer, it's like $30, and you're like. Mm-hmm. Why even bother messaging me? Why didn't you just send me a crappy offer from the beginning and then we could have just negotiated back and forth? And it's just, people drive me nuts. Bum rap. Who is he? Joe Pesci?
Who knows? But there's some nice people on Poshmark too. I didn't realize that I put the wrong size on the pair of on clouds, and she made a bundle and told me, it's like, you have the wrong size. Like, oh, thank you for letting me know. And I had it across all the platforms, and I'm glad she told me, because if I sold that on eBay would not have my back, only because of that one mistake.
There are nice people out there. We sold a Mickey Mouse like crew neck, one of the I'd say probably early mid 2000s, before the Disney stores started closing, because it was a Disney store tag. So, and it was all embroidered. Looking at this crew neck, you're like, oh, this thing's gonna be worth like $100, and then you're like, oh, it's only worth 20 because they made a ton of them. So we put it on there, and it was an error, I guess, because the tag said medium, but the measurements that Sarah put on there were like large, like it was a large. Mm-hmm. And the person they were actually messaging Sarah during our live yesterday, and they were like, hey, I just want to clarify that this is the same the tag matches the crew neck, because it says it's a medium on the crew neck, but those measurements that you have on there are for a large. And she messaged back and forth. She's like, it must be an error. And they were like, okay, no problem, as long as the measurements are accurate. And they're like, yeah, they're accurate. And they bought it. And I shipped it out this morning. And that was a reasonable offer. We were asking $25 for it. They offered 20.
Yeah,
so
perfect. Yeah. For me, whatever's on the tag, if it's on the tag, that's what I'm gonna put. And then that's why I include the measurements too, because all clothing is just different.
Right.
So I mean, as long as you put what's on the tag, in my opinion, you should be protected, because you did what you could.
Right. Exactly. Well, my favorite is always whenever you get the message from people and they're like, can I have the measurements? And you're like, look at photos 6 and 7.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. It's just like my return with those on clouds. Like, oh, I didn't see that. It's the second picture.
Nobody.
It's like people are too lazy to watch now.
Nobody looks at it. I'm telling you, nobody. I could count on one hand how many returns we've had from people being like, "There's a stain down here," and you're like, "It's in the we pictured it, and it's also in the description." We're like, "Well, I didn't look at the pictures of the description." I'm like, why didn't you look at the like? What are you, blind? Like,
yeah, I'm like,
did you buy this on a Braille computer or something? Like, what's wrong with you?
Or on an old Apple, what is it, Apple One or whatever they call them?
The 2Es.
I don't even know what they call them.
They were color. I mean, you could see a picture on it. It would take 20 years to download this photo, but it would still come up. Might be hard to see the stain. But
what is it, like a 144 pixel quality?
I don't even remember. Well, did you have Apple IIes, Jimmy, in your high school? I think we had this conversation last week. You didn't have the Apple.
I think my computer teacher did, but we had like the newer Apples that they were still domed, but that took the smaller.
Oh yeah, that's right. But, so yeah, they had a television attached to them, so like I guess in theory they could do decent like graphics, but I don't think anybody had the patience for it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
We already had 720p when I was in high school, so we had decent quality.
Great. Wow. Now I feel old. Thank you.
Right. Same. I was like, our quality sucked.
we knew we were watching a video whenever, because when I was in elementary school, we didn't have TVs in every classroom. Like they would have to go check a TV out from the AV room and wheel it into the class, and it was like, a big TV on top of this metal like cart with a VCR underneath it, and that's how we knew we were having video day, because the TV was there and it said like AV number 6 on it or whatever, and it basically had to rent the TV for the day. So
we knew we were having video day when we had a sub, a rainy day, or the end of school year.
Sorry, rainy day.
that's
a rainy day.
That's how rare we get. Rainy.
You guys take it easy today. It's raining.
It's raining.
Meanwhile, where me and Jimmy live, they're like, it's not raining that hard. Go ahead. You'll be fine. Stand out at the bus stop while it's 12 degrees outside and freeze your legs off.
Right.
Yeah, this morning we're watching the water actually go down the road, and I was like, here comes the school bus. Just get your boots. You'll be okay.
Don't stand in the puddle. Don't say. Okay, stand in the puddle. Don't jump in the puddle.
Yeah.
Don't drink the puddle.
Don't drink the puddle. No, you don't want to drink the puddle.
Yeah, I don't think you want to drink it.
They are keyboard warriors living in mom's basement. The only time they move is when mom changes the sheets on the couch. I got a couple questions for that. Who put sheets on a couch? Okay, Ed, your rant did it. They sold a Navy postcard. There you go.
There you go.
Oh, here's a good question. What do you do when you get a negative because they got a Post-it note saying that they needed to pay 70 cents more for the package and it was waiting at the post office, but the person refused to go? I offered to pay the 70 cents overage, but I wanted to see if he would go pick up the package and he refused. Blame me. Now he gave me a negative. Huh.
Nothing you can do, unfortunately.
I don't know if there is anything you can do.
eBay's not going to have your back at all because they would see it a mistake on your part for not doing the correct weight or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's right. I did. You could the best chance you have of getting it removed, would be to contact eBay for Business on Facebook and tell them the story, and if they're your best chance, because getting the phone call I don't think is going to work. But I'm eBay for Business sometimes can be like, all right, well, you haven't had very many negatives and you've been a good seller for the most part and you just made a mistake, so we'll remove it. So that's your best chance, Angie, is to contact and just send them a message on Facebook Messenger. It'll take them a day to get back to you, but they will get back to you for sure.
Yeah. Also, if for one, don't call. They're not going to do anything. And eBay for Business is your best bet. Of course, they take 24, sometimes 48 hours to respond. But I think about 95% of the time you get someone here from the US and they understand. And also, if it was through eBay messages, tell them to look through it and see that's like they refuse. I was offering to pay it, that way they can get it, and they just keep refusing. And maybe that might work in your advantage.
I gotta be honest with you. If that happened to me, I'd just pay the 70 cents because it's 70 cents.
Exactly.
I can't even park my car in downtown Pittsburgh for 70 cents.
Yeah.
So I need at least $10.
It's kind of weird that eBay didn't kick back to charge them the 70 cents on it, you know?
Yeah. Well, I don't think eBay does that. I think eBay, you're kind of on your own if you under postage something. I think Macari and Poshmark for sure will.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I know I've paid over shipping because, like, when the shipping rates changed or something, when I mailed something out, I had to pay a difference on something. But
yeah,
who knows? The only thing is, like, maybe if they use Pirate Ship, I know they do that on Pirate Ship because I always see those pictures on the Facebook groups. But
yeah, they got me. Pirate Ship got me. Mm-hmm. I didn't even realize what I did. I stuck a priority label on a B box, and I was like, "Whoops!" And I didn't even realize because the 1095s are the same size as B, or close to the same size as a B box. And I had thought it was a 1095 box, but it wasn't. It was a B box, and I was like, "Whoops!" And then I got an email from Pirate Ship, and they're like, "You didn't put the right postage on this, so we just charged you the extra $8 or whatever it was." It's like, whoops!
Thanks, man.
Yeah, appreciate it. No. Okay, thanks. I've contacted eBay for Business, waiting for a reply. I didn't refund the money. Yeah. I've heard of them. I've never done it myself, but I have heard of them just saying, you know what, you've been a good seller. You've had 100% up till now. We'll just go ahead and remove it. And that might be the tact you take with them. And just tell them up front, like, it was my fault. I made a mistake, this, that, and the other thing, but I really don't want the one scar. Can you get rid of it? And they probably will take it off.
That's how it happened with me with a negative. They removed it for that reason. I mean, for one, it was unfair, and they removed it because of the same reason you said right then.
Yeah. Rosie's saying eBay does that. Oh, yeah. I've never had it before.
Maybe if it's like in an outrageous amount, but maybe for like a small amount like that, probably not.
I recently had a package that was like 1 ounce over first class, and they delivered it and then charged me the $3. Interesting. I didn't know they did.
I'm guessing it has to be over $1 for it to actually happen.
Yeah. The fact that the post office even caught that is got to be because 70 cents difference. Well, on a first class package, I guess that could be the difference in like between 8 and 15 ounces, depending on where
yeah,
it's
I was
going.
gonna say
Yeah.
70 cents.
Yeah, I mean, if it's going close, I guess it could be that difference. But yeah, I don't know. They should have some fail safe there, though. You would think.
Yeah.
Like, but
Would you guys go that far for a neutral feedback?
no.
Because I know it was bugging Jimmy the last time, so that's why I was
Yeah, I got it
wondering.
removed.
Oh, really?
Yes, I got it removed. Yeah.
They removed a neutral?
Yeah.
eBay for business.
Victory. Yeah.
They told me they didn't. They don't remove. So I contacted them because we got a neutral that was garbage too. Because it was during Christmas time, and they gave us a neutral feedback because shipping was slow. And I'm like, so I contacted them. Yeah. Well, I contacted eBay for business, and they were like, neutral feedback doesn't hurt you. We don't need to remove it.
See? All gone. All zero.
I have 2 neutrals.
Yeah, because which, they could have left that neutral there because, I did say that, well, like that dog was new, but technically Woodstock should have been with it, right? But I did disclose that it was only the Snoopy version of it, right? So I think that's how it happened. And they're like, yep, it went in your favor, and they took it off. But
yeah, I will fight right now. I will fight like hell to get a negative removed because we're still at 100%. Knock on wood.
Yeah.
And I cannot. I do not want to see that drop like at all. Yeah. I don't want to see it go away.
Every time I see my feedback score go up by 1, I'm like, oh, please be 100, please be 100, please be 100.
Okay, so I got a question for both of you guys. Are you guys as anal retentive as I am? Every time I go to like ship a package, I check it. I have to see if we've gotten, because it goes up, and like as long as the number changes, I'll check to make sure that there's no negatives. Or
for
you
me,
guys not that bad?
Well, in the seller dashboard, how they have that feedback tab, so you can see if whenever they leave a feedback or not. Yeah. So if someone leaves me a positive, I just go and leave them a positive again, because I don't have the automatic leave feedback for people. I only leave it if they leave them for me. But I always dread seeing it like, oh, please don't be red, please don't be red. That's what I always check every time I see it go up by 1.
Yeah, I always check just to make sure.
Yeah, we have 3,575 items that we've sold, and we have 100% positive. Like, I cannot let that go to 99.7. Like, it would drive me insane. But we do have, I have all zeros and then 2 neutral, or 3 total. Okay. So, yeah. And the neutrals, I feel like all of them were kind of our fault. One of them was item not received, eBay refunded, which that's not true. We actually refunded it, but they didn't know. 3 cards, postcards, 3 cards had tape on the front that weren't disclosed. And this one, actually, this is the one eBay for business wouldn't remove, which you can't read it. So I'll just read it to you. Seller canceled the order. So this was a guy, we got a really insanely rare vintage made USA pair of Levi's that were in beautiful shape. Like like the legs didn't have any fraying on the bottom, nothing. They were in beautiful shape. This guy we had them on for like $175. This guy made us an offer for $170, and we took it. And then they sent us a message, and they were like, I'll pay you next week. And I was like, oh, no, you won't. So I just canceled it because I'm like, I'll take the ding. I don't really care. That's crap. You did that because you knew these would be gone in a matter of an hour. And so the guy was like, seller canceled the order and left us neutral feedback. And then I actually responded and said, buyer wanted us to wait a week for payment. We had many buyers that would gladly pay right away. These were extremely rare Levi jeans. And it was true. It was like, that's a garbage move for anybody to do, especially when it's something so rare that you can't find them. Like, you just can't. And that was a jerk move.
See, they should have messaged you first. I mean, before they even made an offer. Like, hey, if you accept this, can I pay for in a week? No. It's like, it's going to be the outcome.
They knew exactly what they were doing. Like, exactly. They were taking these off eBay as fast as possible because they knew they would never get another chance to buy one.
Right.
Yeah, my neutral is one says thanks, just thanks. I don't know why.
How rude.
You could have got that removed.
I personally don't. I'm not gonna go out of my way for a neutral. It's, to me, it makes it seem like you're a legit business, even though your buyer says that it's not Adam.
Ed's throwing shade at Jimmy.
No, not at Jimmy. At your buyer, the one that was saying is like, you're not a legit business. I have one on the storefront. And then the other one says, I did not receive my order. Message message me that it arrived, and then that I advised them to look with their neighbors because one of those that they said that the package didn't arrive. I told them, well, you got to check with your neighbors. I have no control with what the post office does. So and then they just have me a neutral. So I'm like, you know what? That's fine. That's better than negative.
Yeah, but it would have almost been better if they left you a negative, because if they left you a negative, eBay for Business would have taken it off right away because that's not your fault.
Right. That's true. Yeah. But,
I'm so mad that they removed your. I mean, I'm happy for you, Jimmy, that they removed your. But I literally sent them the thing about that one that was like item never arrived or whatever, and I'm like, this isn't my fault. Can you remove this? And they're like, we don't remove neutral feedback. It doesn't affect your performance. And I'm like, yeah, but it's bothering me that it's there. And they were like, yeah, we don't remove neutral feedback. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And then now I find out that that's an inaccurate statement. Or did you really like hammer them?
No, so I did where you send them the message on Facebook, right? And then eBay for Business messaged me back. They're like, hey, did you send a revision? I was like, oh, no, I didn't. Crap. Because I even did the reply, like, hey, it was stated in the description it was for Snoopy only. If it would have been for the complete set. Son just knocked stuff down. It's okay.
I'm listening to it. I'm like,
that's why I'm looking
two of you.
That's why I'm looking over, because he's grinning at me. This is what we do. Cool, dude. But anyways, I was like, and I even put in there, if Woodstock was included, this would have been a $45 plush. That's why it sold for $20, because it was missing. Right. And then they accepted the revision. It still gave me the neutral, right? Yeah. Sorry, I was wrong. I should have read the description. I'm like, okay, now you're just being it. Like, I was like, okay. So I responded back. I said, hey, I did the revision. They revised it, but they still left me neutral. So they're like, okay, could you give me the item number? And then, of course, you got to give them permission to go on your eBay. Then eBay sends you the message that somebody goes in your account, right? Which is good. Yeah. And you say yes. And then they're like, that I got the message at work the next day, said, yep, you did everything you were supposed to do. Neutral feedback removed. I was like, winning. I was like, actually, I wish Ed would have been there. I was like, take that, Ed. That's right. I did, actually. But I mean, I guess it really would have bothered me, but I was afraid somebody would read that stating that I was selling something bad. I mean, I wasn't honest when I did everything as a seller I could, right?
Yeah, and I think that's probably why they removed it for you, because it did look bad on you, whereas ours are just like whatever, people just complaining about stupid stuff.
Crud, I forgot what I was going to
say. Well, Jennifer wants to know who forgot to hit the like button, so somebody's got it. And last night, everybody that hit the like button, well, almost everybody that hit the like button got sales, so you might want to consider hitting the like button.
I got 2 sales.
That's right. Ed got 2. In a Box in a Garage hit the like button, and Jennifer's laughing at the crash that happened.
Yeah, that was just my keys falling off a box. That's why it sounded bad.
It sounded like something broke.
It was my keys. It did. When I walk, I sound like the janitor. Cha-ching, cha-ching.
Whenever I heard it, I was looking behind you to see if the tower of slippers was starting to.
No, they're good. Yeah, they're good, man.
They're getting smaller.
They are.
Yeah, that's good. All Poshmark or
all over, actually. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, how's the cross listing so far? Now that you've been at it, what, 2-3 weeks?
3 weeks. Yeah, it's doing good. Like I said, it's real easy. Like I said, I'm starting to get more Macari sales, which is it's good and bad. Like I said, I hate their labels. They need to change their labels, man. It's like, what is going on?
Someday it's going to happen, but I just don't know when that day is going to be. But it's such a pain, especially when you have like, there's two things about Macari I can't stand. One is the labels, and the second one is when you're in the mice, the items that need attention or whatever they call it, not the sales. They're not in order.
Hell yeah.
So like, why wouldn't like the ones that need shipped out be on the top, and then all the ones that have been shipped out be on the bottom?
I don't know. Yeah.
Or even I'll even settle for all the things that need your attention at the top. Like if there's a couple that you need to rate or whatever to get your funds, throw those in at the top too. That's fine. But put them at the top. Like, it's so terrible when you're like, oh yeah, there's a sold there, and then you're like, oh, there's another one. Okay, yeah, we sold 3 things. Just, what?
Yeah,
why?
It's so annoying.
Yeah, mine was sold, awaiting rating, and then sold. I'm like, why can't you just have all sold in the top and then await rating in the bottom?
This isn't a complicated thing. I'm sure it's not. I mean, this is not.
I would think so.
Yeah, this is not as complicated as, eBay with their whole paying for the best offers right away thing, but it's not complicated. And I can't imagine the 4x6 label thing is all that complicated. So
I have a question for you guys, actually.
Sure.
So I ended up taking one of my friends to a new flea market, and it was a new flea market for me and for him because we both see it. We pass it through the freeway all the time. I was like, you know what? Let's go check it out. And he is just starting to resell. He's starting on Macari selling all his kids' clothes because instead of just giving it away, it's like I told us dude, you're giving away all this clothes, but you could be getting some money on Macari or whatnot. So he started there. So now he's getting a little bit more into it, and he's starting to sell on eBay and maybe Poshmark now. So
okay.
I'm gonna take him to the flea market that I go to, but would you guys teach someone new and take him to your spots, knowing that he might be a competitor, even though he's your friend?
No.
Yeah, I would.
Okay,
I would treat that like an auction.
I'm joking. There's 2 things at play here. Like, okay, so if Jimmy came to visit, would I take him to my spots? Yes. Why? Because he doesn't live here. So go ahead, clean up, have fun. It's good times, woohoo, let's go get some lunch, that kind of thing. And then he goes back home.
Right,
but with you, if you take him to your flea market spot, when he gets into this a little more, he's going to be beaten. You and him are going to be racing through the parking lot to get to the shoe guy.
Well, see, that's the thing. He doesn't deal with the shoes that I deal with. He only deals with clothing. That's what he wants to deal with.
For now.
For now, yeah. I was going to say, yeah, that's true. I mean, who sells these? I'm just saying.
True.
What is that? I've never seen that before in my life. Wait, are those worth money? Because we passed on a whole bunch of those.
Those ones? No.
Okay, good. Because we passed on a whole.
I got one too.
These actually sell better. I know, or good on topic. If you have the whole set, that's when these do better individually.
Yeah, okay.
No, it was wasting money.
If you need a unicorn, let us know, because there's a whole shelf of the unicorn at our CVS. So, but yeah, so that would be the problem I'd have for it, is that you're. I mean, it's cool to mentor somebody. I mean, I've been trying. My brother's. She might actually be watching. My brother's wife reached out to us and she was like, hey, she had a bunch of questions. And I'm like, yeah, well, get started on something and we'll help you get through it. And we'll help you get your listings up and stuff like that and show you how to do it. And like, I would love to mentor somebody and like actually get them to get into the full-time thing. But I don't know how I'd feel if like they lived around here and then I'm at the bins trying to get T-shirts, and then across from me, the guy that I just mentored's pulling out this, $150 banger T-shirt, and I'm like,
yeah,
I shouldn't have taught him how to do this.
But see, that's the thing, though. Eventually, wouldn't they find out about all that stuff on their own, anyways? So you're just basically mentoring them for the beginning.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would take them to my spot, but eventually, to find those places, all you got to put is the flea market, swap meet, and then they'll come up, and then eventually they're gonna know.
Yeah. So and that's what Mark's saying. He said he can just go to YouTube and get the same information. Just saying, yeah, and that's true. And then they can, so it's not like, so yeah, I guess you kind of walk a fine line there, but
like so I mean, it's hard because so think about it like this. Technically, you guys are my competitors too, especially you, Adam, because now you're starting to get better shoes. But it's
I
like,
don't know what you're talking about.
those were some good shoes you got.
No, but that's true. You're right.
So yeah, so I mean, yeah, he's still gonna be my competitor. It's kind of like Cali reseller Luis. He lives in the same state as me. He goes to probably the same places I do. But it's just something that I don't know. It's kind of hard, but yeah, I'm just teaching him the ropes, and so I'm gonna take him to my spot. But
I guess the only other side to that coin would be, I guess if is he actually a good friend of yours?
Well, I say friend, but I can't exactly say what it is.
Okay,
mainly because
that's But are you close? I guess is what I'm trying to figure, because like if you're close and like, okay, let's use this as an example. Like if a friend of mine would get into it and I take him to like my guy that sells shoes or whatever, I doubt that a good friend of mine would go and clean them out, knowing that I'm showing up in 20 minutes or something like that. You know what I mean? So I guess that's why I was asking, is that then you probably are not going to be you're probably not going to have as much problems, because most people are kind enough to just say, oh, well, Ed's going to be here soon. I'm not going to just wipe this shoe guy out.
I put it in the private chat.
Got it.
So that's why I say, because I sent him the link for the chat too. So
yeah,
but yeah, so that's what it is.
Yeah, I think you'd be all right. I mean, I think all in all you'd end up being okay, especially if he's going to focus on clothing. Then
yeah, because he's more interested in, well, for one is because he doesn't have as much space as I do, so he's more interested in like clothing, and he's more interested in like the 50 cents clothing, like where the vendors, they just throw it and it's like, all right, pick what you want. So I'm pretty sure it's clothes that they get from the bins too. So I was like, that's what he's interested in. And yeah, you're right, he might be wanting to get into shoes, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. And if it does, then well, I feel like it's like a successful teacher.
Yeah, there you go. I would show him my first video and then show him another one and tell him that clothing is small and doesn't take up any space, because I'm living proof that's not true. So is Jimmy with his 39 pairs of slippers behind him.
Yeah. And those are full of hats. So yeah, it takes up room.
Hi, buying space. Thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it. SM Postcards Mark says, why don't you buy the left shoe and he buys the right shoe? That's nice.
Right.
Yes. Me and Sarah have done this.
That sounds like something you would do at the bins.
Me and Sarah actually have done this right here. My wife outbid me at an auction once. I outbid Sarah at a high bid auction once, and then Sarah bid against me at a live auction. But the auctioneer knew us well enough to go, "Aren't you two together?" And he was like, he literally in the middle, he's doing his thing, and he's like, "Wait a minute." He's like, "Your husband just bid on that one." She's like, "Oh, sorry."
Wow,
has happened. Yeah. It's not exactly the same as showing someone your morel mushroom spot. He can find a flea market on his own. Yeah, you're right.
But see this. So the flea market that I go to, you can easily find it on Google Maps. It's not really a secret. Any reseller could go there, and then I'm pretty sure there's other resellers out there that's just like, oh, this place is awesome, yada yada yada. So there's no secrets. It's not like say I find a secret little thrift store. It's like, okay, I'm not gonna show anybody that because that's my spot. I'm not gonna tell anybody where that is.
Right, and as long as he stays in the clothing game, like it probably will benefit you in the long run, because if he sees a pair of shoes that he doesn't want to mess with, he's sending them to you. So I mean, it in the long run it will work out. I think the more I think about the situation, knowing what you just sent me in the private chat, I'd say you're probably good. So.
Yeah. So it's you saw the two Converse that I showed on the live, right? The red and the green one.
Yeah.
He actually gave those to me because he didn't want to deal with the shoes. He's mostly going for like jerseys and sports stuff because that's what he knows more about than I do. So like he saw those shoes. I was on the other side. I was like, hey, are these for you? I was like, yeah, I picked them up. I got them.
Yeah. Are you keeping the green ones?
No. Converse are too flat, so they hurt my feet.
You might have to have them. I haven't decided
yet. Just let me know. They're nice.
Patrick Murphy in the house says, well, hello to the panel in the chat, stopping by to say hi and light up that like button. Thank you. We appreciate it.
Hey, Patrick.
There's enough business for everyone. Totally agree.
Yeah.
Like Adam said, to be 25s of postcards. Like Adam said, be 25s of postcards. I think that's what you were saying, but I'm not sure. Hi, William. Thanks for stopping in and enjoying the conversation.
Hey,
we appreciate it. Ed, you're on a roll. Just got an Etsy sale. Way to go, Ed. Yeah.
It's nice. I don't think I have any more rent at the moment.
I'm out. Yeah, I have some good news.
I have one more too. I do actually.
I have some good news. So remember the blow molds that everybody said were too high on the shipping?
Candles?
Yes, the candles.
Okay.
Someone is driving 4 hours to pick them up.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
So Sarah came in. I was watching TV, and Sarah was messaging this person back and forth. And then this morning she came in and she was like, "So I got this people," and she messaged back and forth enough with them that they're pretty legit. Like, and they're like, our friend, our son lives in East Palestine, Ohio, which is just across the border. So it's like 30 minutes from us. And they're like, we'll be coming into town next week or whatever, and this, that, and the other thing. And we're like, okay, well, we'll pull them down and just let us know when you're coming in and we'll put them back up and you can buy them. Because at this point, nobody's going to buy them anyways. So it's just pointless. And so, yeah, they're driving from Hershey, Pennsylvania, because we were like, you can't buy them now and then pick them up next week because eBay will just cancel the order. Well, I have it set to automatically cancel the order after 4 days. So, and they were like, okay, well, what if we come this weekend and just drive out to get them? And we're like, okay. So wait, but doing the math in my head, I'm like, it's $100 and some to ship it to you, and you're driving from Hershey, and gas is $4.19 a gallon in Pennsylvania right now. It sounds really good deal to you, doesn't it, Ed? But to us, it's not.
Yeah, we just hit 409 today, and I cried. I was like, "What is this?"
Yeah,
you must be feeling my pain right now.
No, I don't think we're feeling anywhere near what your pain is, to be honest with you.
No.
I saw some pictures from downtown LA. You're pushing 7.
It's already there.
Oh, God. So, but if you unless they're driving like a hybrid or something, you're all in for $100 when you take the round trip, because they're going to stay overnight Friday. So now you're at minimum you're getting a $50 hotel room, and because I don't. So yeah, they're going to spend more than it's going to cost to ship it. But whatever.
The only thing I could think of is like, say they said that is because they have to come to Pittsburgh anyways. Right. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Maybe.
I don't know. But they're driving out, so we're apparently going to sell these blow mold candles.
Hey,
are you gonna pick them up again?
No, never.
I was gonna say, now you don't have to worry about boxing them up. I mean, I've actually sold the candle heads off of them for pretty good money.
Yeah, we thought about taking them apart, but they're in really good shape. Yeah, and it'd be a shame to take them apart.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I bought them from an auction, but the candle was the flame was in good shape, but the rest of it was just so faded and cracked. I was like, ew. So I parted one out.
Wait, so you're able to actually take them apart, Adam?
Mm-hmm. You can take the flame off of it.
Yeah, they're just screwed.
So yeah, I'm just putting that together now too.
Wait, so couldn't you just take the top part off and ship the top part out of it and ship it?
Jimmy's got it.
I thought everybody just talk to the Bob right now. Anyways, there'll be a new guest on Monday.
I just thought of that. I was like, wait, couldn't you just make it flat?
So there's a couple things. Jimmy, why the hell didn't you tell us this earlier? And the second thing is, why didn't we figure this out?
I didn't even think about it, to be honest with
you. Wow.
My bad.
Oh, man. Angie says,
Mark, stand next to the printer.
Stand next to the printer. It's coming. I appreciate you all talking business. I used to listen to another live on Monday nights, but didn't talk business. I'll be watching this from now on. Great. We don't always talk about business, Angie. Every now and again, we get off into a food tangent here and there, but yeah.
Eventually, we get back to reselling.
We try to get back to it as much as we can. 4 hours. Yeah. I would gladly play 419.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, Vegas is right around 5, a little over 5 right now. So, but yeah, no. 419 is a lot for us. The other one I watched just talked about crap, and I want to learn. Okay, well, we try. We might talk about food at some point, but maybe it's
today's is full of rants. We had a lot of good stories today.
We did, yeah. They have disposable income. Well, obviously, I mean, they're buying plastic blow molds for $80. They have disposable income for sure.
Well, and it's impressive. It's March and they're buying Christmas items, so that's awesome.
Sarah was like, "I bet they're those people that have that insane like plastic blow mold display in Christmas, where it's just like the whole lawn's covered in blow molds, and you're like, wait a minute, you're gonna have a fire because these things are not new."
The Clark Griswold.
Oh, the only other thing I could think of that they're using it for like a play or something.
Yeah, maybe that's possible. Sure. Yeah, we have 2 more sets of different ones. Yeah, but we'll take those apart now that we know.
Sorry.
New York gas.
Please put your description that they will be apart upon arrival. just for it to be in there.
Maybe that's why everybody was telling us we were idiots because the box was too tall.
I didn't even think about it, to be honest with you.
I think all your buyers probably knew, and their thing is like, wait, why aren't they taking the top off?
See, this is what I love about New York gas is already up to 430. This is what I love about Jennifer. You say something like that, and then she shares your link immediately. Greatest moderator in the world, guys. Poor Jennifer Hayes. She's perfect.
Thank you.
Look, food. Paid $5.05 today with a discount, and then here's Ed's channel.
Hey, Luis, we were just talking about you.
We were, yeah. It was were your ears burning because we were just talking about you.
Yeah, Ed's gonna take you to his money hole.
Nah, we're actually about
Jimmy dropping the bomb on the chat today.
I'm joking.
Now we're actually about 40 minutes apart, so the place he goes to is not the same as me, as I do.
Yeah, and 40 minutes can turn into 2 hours really quickly in Los Angeles. So
that is true.
Right.
I was mad about $3.99 a gallon. Sorry, you guys have it worse. Yeah. Well, you live in Delaware. So do they have sales tax on gas in Delaware? I can't remember, but I know they don't have sales tax on a lot of things in Delaware. So
right.
Thank goodness my husband just got a new job and it's work from home. Yeah. No, it's.
I wish my supposed work from home. It would have been awesome.
Yeah. It's getting a little out of hand with the gas prices, but we'll see what happens.
So let me Mark get ready for another.
Oh, we got another. Wait, we got another one.
We got another one.
Oh, there's more.
What's going on here?
This is gonna be a short one.
Full moon.
It's on Poshmark. I sold a pair of Keens. And they're the Darke 3s, and those are usually like the more expensive ones.
Oh, yeah.
And
are they the same
item price?
Ones?
No, they're like Gore-Tex hiking boots, so they're like the higher end ones.
Got it.
And I had them for $75 plus shipping. That's actually somewhat cheaper because the better ones are close to like $100. And these I had them cheap because the soles on the sides, they were coming off. They were just peeling off already. So like I put it for 75, but of course I have offers. My minimum on that I think was either 45 or 50. It's like really low. And I was happy because somebody full price. I'm like, yes, straight to my computer. I delisted from all the other platforms. Guess what happened 10 minutes later?
Cancel.
It's like, I got mad.
Well, Poshmark, you said you sold them on Poshmark, right?
Oh, it was on Poshmark, yeah.
Yeah, so Poshmark, and I don't know, Jimmy, maybe I didn't tell you this, but Poshmark gives the buyer 3 hours to cancel. So
if they make a full price sale.
If they make a full price sale. If it's an offer, it's right away. You can ship it right away. But yeah, Poshmark gives you the 3 hour kind of leeway. And it's funny because the first time I had it happen, somebody bought something and then I went to go ship it. It was like 20 minutes later and I hit the, how you got to check those 3 little boxes and then I ship it. As soon as I checked the second one that said I packed it, it was like, wait a minute. It's like, it gives you a warning. So, but I've been told by a few people, Rosie being one of them, and I think Ed, you were the other one that warned me to not even bother putting it, because you can still ship it, but if you print that label out, they're going to charge you for the shipping even after they cancel it. So you should just not even worry about it till after 3 hours.
Wait, what do you mean?
So like you can still click those boxes and hit I ship it and download the label and print it out. But if you do that and they cancel within the 3 hours, you still get charged for the shipping label.
Oh, well, yeah. That's why they give them the 3 hour. But that's, of course, only for full price sales, though.
Right. But if you don't print that label out and they cancel, you don't get charged for shipping. But if you print that label out, they're going to charge you. So,
good to know.
Yeah, I mean, I've never had that happen, thankfully.
If you're really crazy and you print out the label and run to the post office in under 3 hours and then ship it out, then you're in deep trouble because they canceled the order and it's already on the way.
Yeah,
they get a free item.
Yeah, that was gonna be my next question. So like Saturday, my mail runs earlier. She gets here about 8 or 9. So I should probably hold that package till probably till Monday, right?
So Poshmark actually counts Saturday.
Well, I mean, if they bought it Saturday, and
oh yeah, you can wait till Monday.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't.
If they bought it Saturday, if they bought it Saturday and you waited the 3 hours and then printed the label out and then ran to the post office, you're fine. As long as it's after the 3 hours, you're fine.
But I didn't know Poshmark counted Saturday as an actual date for them.
Oh, that's not good. I mean, but they give you 3 days, though, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I've been enjoying. One of the benefits of doing these lives is you get like so much information that you didn't even know existed. And I think it was either you, Ed, or maybe somebody in the chat that told me about that, or maybe it was you, Jimmy. I don't remember. That eBay doesn't count the weekends. So like if you have 1 day shipping handling times, if it sells on a Saturday, you don't ship it out till Monday. So like all my weekend orders don't get shipped till Sunday night. I wait on everything. So
that's why whatever sells on Friday, I'm not gonna bother. I mean, I'll pack it up, but I'm not gonna bother going to the post office until Monday.
Yeah, no, I don't go to the post office on the weekends. But our mail lady is out on injury. Like our great, wonderful, glorious mail lady is out on injury, and they're just all over the place with the time they pick this stuff up. They've been showing up at 6 a.m. They've been showing up at 4 p.m. Like they're just all over the place. So today, like I had to call because we woke up and I got an email that was like, "Hey, your pickup request was attempted. We attempted to pick it up, but there was nothing there." And I'm like, so I called and the guy was like, "Oh yeah, I came by really early this morning. And there was no packages out." And I'm like, "Well, what time did you come by?" He's like, "I don't know, like 6:45." And I'm like, "Of course there was nothing out there." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "We were so used to our." He's like, "Yeah, I know. She's out on injury." He's like, "I'm like, we had it down to a science. Like she would come around noon, so we would just put them out like around 9 o'clock every morning." And he's like, "Yeah, no, it was going to be all over the place for a little while till she gets back." And I'm like, "Okay, can you give me an exact time I need to have this out there for you guys to, pretty much universally be able to pick things up?" He's like, "No later than 8 o'clock." And I'm like, "Okay, thank you." Like, this is really helping. So we're going to be running a lot of stuff to the post office because there's going to be times where we don't get things out in time for sure.
Yeah, so annoying.
Yeah.
I don't like pickups. I just feel comfortable knowing that it's already at the post office.
Yeah. They either cancel in the first couple hours or when the spouse gets the credit card bill 30 days later. That's right.
Yep.
Yeah. It's nice selling postcards. 99.9% of my stuff will fit in a blue USPS box. Whatever.
Oh, well, yeah.
Nice. Yeah,
I love my like I tell you, the kiosk. I love that thing, and I'm thankful that they did a drop box too. But like, if someone goes there with a bunch of packages, that thing's gonna get full quick. But I like it like when I'm like 10, 15 minutes late. I was like, I need to ship it that day because it's already been the one day. It's like I just scan it right there at the kiosk, put it. I was like, all right, I'm good because it still counts as a scan, even though eBay might not recognize it. It still counts in the system's eye, I think.
Yeah. You won't like that kiosk anymore when you go full time. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, I know.
It's not going to happen.
I did I think I did the most I did I think was 15 packages. Everybody was looking at me crazy. I'm like, I'm scanning these things.
1.5 or 5.0?
No, 1.5. 1.5.
Okay. That's
but it's even so, people were still looking at me like crazy. It's like because they were waiting behind me. I'm like, but I gotta get these things scanned.
Like this box won't fit in there, right?
Yeah, it would. Yeah,
this will fit in there.
For mine's, yeah. The boxes that won't fit are the 12 by 12 by 12s. All that fits.
Give you an idea how big it is.
You could fit a 1095, and you could also fit a number 7 box.
Oh, never tried. The only thing that bothers me about those, we've used FedEx because a lot of the times we'll go to FedEx or something and they'll be closed, and we use their drop boxes, and like we This is so terrible to admit to. So like we went over on Saturday because the FedEx that we drop off at is actually attached to the airport. So they have like a little person there that's just working the desk and they drop it off. You drop it off there. But they also have one of their little drop boxes outside. So like I'm like, oh, we'll just stick it in the drop box since it's the weekend. And it was fragile. And like we put it in the box and then close the thing and then heard it go and I'm like, okay, now it's probably broken. This is like 2 weeks ago though, so I'm sure it's fine, but like that and I'm like, oh, that's a disadvantage to using this thing. I'm like, they could put a couple, get some egg carton padding and just line the bottom a little bit.
Like, you got to make sure whatever side it's gonna land on, put some extra bubble wrap right there.
No, I heard this loud bang and I'm like, oh, that's probably not good.
Well, we'll see a return. No, just
a couple weeks ago. I think we're good.
No, I bet that's what I've been thinking in my head. Like, man,
yeah. In a box in a garage, I was just striving to try the kiosk one of these days, but there's always a line. And Angie agrees with you, Ed. Don't trust them. Yeah. eBay standard envelope doesn't require an accepted scan. Just scan somewhere on the journey, which that 50% of the time it never happens. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, we did get something different at the bins. It's kind of ruining the video, but it's still pretty awesome. Bought my first bowling ball at the bins.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
They're $1.95 across the board for a bowling ball. Any bowling balls in our bins are $1.95.
Okay.
And I'm like, so it's like I think it's like an 11-pound ball. It's a Brunswick, like, one of the fancy ones or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, no, I'm picking this thing up. And Sarah's like, we're going to buy a bowling ball. And I'm like, totally buying a bowling ball. Because you could probably cram that thing into a large priority box for 20 and ship it across the country for $20.
Oh, the flat rate one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see any reason why that would be a problem, right? So,
I mean, is it a really valuable one?
It's a $50 ball used. So even if it's a $20 ball, I'm good.
Yeah.
Well, I know, and some people do like to
risk.
take their own bowling ones to the alley. So
yeah. So,
I
the one sold comp I saw that was close to, because there's like the ones that are just one solid color of the same like style, and those were selling for like $20, $29.99 or $25. And then there was one, ours is like a blue and gray swirl in it, and the other one that sold was for $49.99 was red and gray swirl. So I'm like, it's probably closer to that one than anything. It's same style too, so same weight too. I think that's an 11-pound ball, and I think the one we got is an 11-pound ball. So, first time bought it, and it had the box. I was like,
wow.
Sweet. And everyone's looking at me. I'm walking around. So this is me today. So I got this like big laundry basket that I found in the bins, and I'm like, this is going to be great for just, shoving stuff in as I'm, so I'm walking around with this laundry basket, a bowling ball on this arm, and a members only jacket draped over my shoulder. And I'm walking up to Sarah, and she's like, what did you do? Calm down. Everything's going to be okay. So, if someone could help me add an item shipped to a customer, it got broken in shipping. Does the customer initiate the request, or do I initiate it from eBay? Thank you in advance.
had not add.
Oh, so someone help me.
I'm gonna guess something got broken in shipping, so it got broken in transit.
Yeah. So Tina, if you're asking if it got if it got broken in transit, and the customer is asking for the customer can initiate it, but what we typically do is so you got two things going against you here. First thing is if it's first class, you're SOL, unfortunately.
Yeah.
If it's priority and if it's priority, it's insured. So that means the carrier had the problem. Now, what we typically do when that happens, if it's priority, is we have them send a picture of the packaging and a picture of the product. That way they can tell, like, if the box has been damaged or something and the carrier tossed it around and Ace Ventura'd it on the way in.
Which they do.
Which yeah, they totally do. Or some jackass dropped it in a FedEx box and let it fall 12 feet down. But yeah, so if that's the case and the carrier did actually do the damage, then what we typically do is we refund the customer, and then we put in a claim form with USPS, and they'll typically get back to you in like 6 days.
The only thing is, Tina, did you use USPS though? Because I don't know.
Yeah, we need to know more information, Tina. Did you use if it's first class? Unfortunately, you're stuck with issuing a refund and eating it. Unfortunately, but if it's priority, you have a leg to stand on because they have $100 worth of insurance. So,
and I've never used FedEx or UPS claims, but I heard that they are horrible.
FedEx isn't awful. UPS is really bad. Like they try everything to not let you get that money. But FedEx, if you have several pictures of the packaging and you have several pictures of the product, and if you can tell clearly that the packaging was like damaged in transit, they'll issue it. And that's what they did with us with that. Remember that record player that we sold a while back where it basically looked like the FedEx guy dropped it on the, like, he had the box in his hand and he was like, you know what? I'm going to drop it, but I'm going to make sure this corner lands as hard as it can onto the pavement. And then on top of it, I'm going to take this screwdriver and I'm going to jam it into the side of it so that it gets stuck. Because there was a hole straight through the box. And I'm like, what is wrong with you? What happened to this package? Like, what abuse did this package go through in transit?
They Ace Ventura did.
Oh man, was it bad? But yeah, so they will if there's accurate pictures. So what we always ask for is pictures of the box, pictures of any damage on the box, pictures of the damage of the product, and chances are you'll get your money back from USPS. Unless it's first class, then you're in trouble. Now I know why your mail carrier's out on injury carrying bowling balls. Sorry about that. In a box in a garage says, I still have an undrilled 16 ball. I won in 1994. Gonna have to look it up. You definitely are going to.
That's probably worth some money, especially because it's undrilled.
Undrilled, yeah. And some of the like really crazy ones are worth a ton of money. Yeah. I want the one from Kingpin. Like, I don't even bowl anymore, but the clear rose
with the rose in it, yeah.
Yeah, I need that ball. Oh yeah, Jennifer did share that Thursday with Rural Squirrel. Yay, Jennifer! She is so excited. I can't wait to have her on. I'm afraid to ship breakable stuff. Me too.
Same.
When it happens to me, I just take the hit. Tried filing a USPS claim once, and that was enough for me. Yeah, we've gotten paid claims several times. I have a check for FedEx made out to my company name that I can't cash because our bank account doesn't have our company name on it, so we got to get on that. Yeah, but FedEx has issued a refund for that record player with no problem. So, yes, it's a priority and it's USPS. So yeah, so what I would do is pictures of the box, pictures of the product, and hopefully when you get pictures of the product you kind of get a little bit of what your packing material was around it, because USPS will, if it wasn't packaged correctly, a lot of the times the carrier will note that when they drop it off. So like if you did a bad, like, and I'm not saying you did, I'm just saying if you did a bad job packaging it, the carrier will see that it's damaged and they'll go, the product wasn't packed well enough. So a lot of the times they'll report it, and I've had that happen too. So
I think you have to start the process online too, don't you? Or do you have to go to the actual post office?
No, you can file a claim online once you get it rolling. But make sure you have your ducks in a row because they will want pictures. So get the pictures from the customer and everything, and then start the claim process after that because they'll ask for you to upload pictures online. So, and someone will get back to you. They get back to you in like 2 or 3 days. So it does work.
And it saves you from a scam.
Yeah. And that's a lot. Yeah. And that's another thing, Tina, is that if they didn't send you pictures initially, a lot of the times when you ask for pictures, a lot of the times you get this.
Yep.
So,
and then,
or they say that they don't have a printer, which makes no sense.
Right. Because if they initiated the return and it's past 14 days, sorry, you get the money back. It's annoying seeing the negative. You're like, oh, come on.
It's that meme of that guy that's going,
yep.
That's what it is.
Yeah, and I hated that too because another rant.
Oh, here we go. Mark, you ready?
Mark, get ready.
You ready, Mark? Here comes your next postcard sale.
So I had a customer. It's an auto accessory. I told him, I was like, okay, the letters are falling off. That's how I posted in the pictures. I did a close up of the letters falling off. Guess what happens 3 days later after delivery? I get a message like, hey, the letters are falling off. I'm like, I know, that's in the pictures and the description and the title and in the little message box on top of the title. So it's in 4 different places. And then they just kept telling us like, oh, I want a refund, I want a return, blah blah blah. I was like, all right, just whatever. Do whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
I don't remember the exact words because it was like almost 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
They opened a return. I said, okay, whatever. They did arrive damaged, so I have to pay the label. $3 for the label, whatever, fine. I send it. 14 days later, case closed, no return. Yeah. So she made a big deal out of so many messages and didn't even bother to return the item. I was like, come on, man.
We have a return right now that's probably going to get booted soon because it's been forever. We've had one, it's an offer on a record that we don't know if we have. This Harley Davidson Sturgis motorcycle, it's been in return for like, I don't know, probably it's on its 3rd week now, and they haven't yet to ship it back. So
3 weeks?
I don't know, maybe they're wearing it to a couple bike rallies before they send it back. I have no idea. It doesn't stop Jennifer from buying breakable stuff. It does sell. I need to get over my fear. Yeah, Jennifer, the person that is really good at packing that stuff is Rachel Strickland. She has some pretty good packing techniques for really, really fragile stuff. So, and Jimmy's favorite, the straw and the priority flat rate. I almost did that today with the Mickey crew neck because I was like trying to get it in there. It wasn't working.
Yeah, I do the cut in the bottom and then I just shove it in there.
The cut in the bottom?
Yeah, so for the padded flat rates, I do a small, I cut a little hole in the bottom, and then that just pushes out all the air that would be stuck in there if you were to just push it in.
Oh.
So it makes it slide it in a lot better.
And then you tape the snot out of this thing, like.
Yes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. He'll seal it right back up where the water won't get in there. It's fine.
See, yeah, I would rather get it safe than lose a package.
See, this envelope, if something goes in this envelope for me, this is the only adhesive that I'm using. I trust this little flap more than I trust Sarah. Like this, I'm kidding, but I trust.
I don't.
Well, he said it.
I'm kidding.
I don't trust the 1095 and 97 adhesives. Those are horrible.
I'm telling you, man. If I can get this thing to shut, it's fine by me. 'Cause that is some strong adhesive on this thing, and it holds. I've never had one of these break open yet. The boxes, on the other hand, those suck.
Yeah, they're like
horrible.
Yeah, and the Tyvek envelopes, forget about that crap. Those things do not say stuff. You're like, you stick it and press down on it real good, and you're like, peels right open.
Have you ever gotten the padded flat rate adhesive stuck on your finger, and instead of it just coming off, the whole flap comes out? That's how good the adhesive is.
That's right. Mm-hmm. I've had that. Have you ever had the little piece of glue from the and then you're like.
Yeah.
And then it's on this hand and it's back on this hand. And then you're like, screw it. I'm just going to leave it on my hand. And then I'll be sitting here using my mouse and then it'll be stuck to my mouse. And I'm like, God.
Yep.
Yep.
So, let's see. Mark says, I was told years ago, if you cannot afford to lose it, if you don't have the item in your hand, or if you don't have a box to ship it correctly, don't list it.
Yeah.
I can see that. Sure. The king of tape. That's right.
I have a lot of free eBay tape.
That's right. I wish I would have taken pictures of how I packed it. I know I had it wrapped in bubble wrap and cello wrap. They probably dropped it trying to get it off staged in the box broken. Probably.
It's possible, but we don't know. That's the problem.
Yeah. If there's any damage whatsoever to the exterior of the box, you're probably going to get your money back. If there's none, it could go either way. And I'd still put in the claim, though. There's no sense in not putting the claim in. It's a lot of the times they'll just throw it through and move on. So, All right. Well, is there anything else you guys want to talk about before we get out of here? Because we're about an hour. We got 15 minutes, so we might as well get going with the plugs and stuff like that.
I think I got all my rants out.
You got all. Good. Jimmy,
as far as I can remember.
You want to throw a rant in before we get out of here?
Well, mine would be kind of like something new because, I did switch to selling clothing because, I never really used to do it.
Yeah.
So, those, which Sarah knows because I sent her the description of what the lady asked me. And then Jen, I was like, how do I answer this? So basically, I bought 2 pairs from the bins, brand new Abercrombie women's shorts. Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, I put in the sizes, whatever they were. And so I get the message asking, because they're a bigger size, they're asking if they stretch, like the legs stretch, I'm like, how do I know if these things stretch? I'm a guy, right? So being with women, you don't, that's one thing you don't ask is what their weight is or whatever. So I just sent these messages. So I'm like, how do I answer this? And they don't even know the answer. They're like, Jen's comment was funny. She's like, why are they wearing shorts if they're worried about if their legs are going to stretch? I'm like, I don't know. I can't say that. I'm trying to sell them, right?
You can't say that. You know what I do in that situation? I give my phone to Sarah and be like, answer her.
So I slept on it last night because I had a real bad migraine. That's why I wasn't on. Sorry, that's why I was not on your guys' lives last night, man. I was rested, man. I was sleeping.
I was a little worried about you, though. I got to admit.
So
I was all week. So I was like.
So, anyways, I slept on it. I responded back to her this morning. I was like, "Hey, no offense, I'm a guy. So all I can tell you is they're brand new with tags. This is the size. I don't know if they stretch or not. They're jean shorts. I don't know." So
that's what I'm laughing at because I saw it pop up and I'm just like, oh man.
No, I'm not going to ask her that. Well, anyways, she was like, well, could you, no crap. So she messaged me back polite, like, oh, I appreciate you saying you're male. That makes sense. Then she was like, could you go home and stretch them? And I'm like, lady, they are distressed. If I stretch them, they're probably going to rip even that's the story. I was like, okay, I'll go home and I'll try to talk. I haven't even tried, actually. I was like,
I think what she's looking for is whether or not it's that like jean and like, because I have a couple pairs of those jeans, like the Lee jeans that are ones? Like, they're spandex and denim, so they actually do stretch and they're super comfortable. But I think that's what she might be looking for.
I told her that they're not hemmed, right? So I was like, they should have some sort of give. I don't know. I'm just like,
I mean, they block me.
Yeah, when I have some pants that's one reason why I don't even pick up pants or shorts anymore, because I don't know that they're pants. That's all I know about them.
Yeah.
And then if they ask me any questions, I just tell them like, I honestly do not know. The size and measurements are right there, and I do not know anything else.
You'd be very surprised at how much knowledge you pick up about women's clothing just selling a lot of women's clothing, because when I was a young boy.
Oh, here we go.
I never would have thought for the life of me that I would know the difference between a Victoria's Secret label and which one's better than the other one. And then today there's me walking through the bins with this massive 38 triple D bra in my hand, and I hand it to Sarah and go, is Fredericks of Hollywood still a good brand? And she goes, it used to be. And then she looked it up and she's like, not this one though, then throws it back. And I'm just picturing, like, I think somebody looking at me, this giant guy walking through the bins holding a bra in his hand, and I'm like, yeah, this could be worth money, I'm taking it.
Wait, first, there's actually different Victoria's Secret tabs?
There are. The gold tags are the vintage tags. If the writing is gold, it's older. And people pay a lot more money for the older stuff because it's made better and it's made in the USA. So, bra carrying the bowling ball, he totally could have.
See,
it's a big one.
See, Saturday I picked up a brand new bra with tags and I wrapped it up in a t-shirt because I didn't want anybody to see me.
I don't care. There's no shame in my game. I'll walk through. I'll put it on my head if I can't fit it. I don't care. William's got a question for you, Jimmy. What time do you get up for work?
5 a.m.
That doesn't sound pleasant.
Yeah. Tomorrow, probably 7:30. I'm sure.
Yeah, Ed's got it worse. Ed's what? You're 3 in the morning, aren't you?
3 in the morning.
Ugh.
That's why whenever you guys are probably already awake, you see me online. It's like, why is this guy awake? Isn't it like 3 in the morning for him?
That's right. Yeah. That's right. You're welcome, Tina. Thank you for the
You're
question.
welcome.
We like answering. So, Adam's right. She needs to know if they are stretched denim. Look at the tag. If there's no spandex, then no, the legs won't stretch.
Oh, that's good to know.
There you go. Yeah.
I mean, does it matter how much spandex there is? Say there's only like 2%. Does that mean it's gonna be like really stretchy or just like whatever?
No, it is definitely gonna. It's still gonna be stretchy. Yeah. I don't think I have a pair here, but I just shipped out a pair of them. A lot of the newer denim are like, they call them like jeggings. So they're like leggings, but they stretch. And if they have any sort of spandex, I think the Lee jeans I have, they have like 2 or 3% spandex in them, and they're like, I mean, I couldn't stretch them like this far, but they certainly have some give in them, and they do move. So it's yeah. I mean, and it's super comfortable. If you ever looking for a pair of really really comfortable jeans, the Lee Extreme Motion jeans are almost like wearing sweatpants, but they look like jeans. So they're awesome.
Are athleisure clothing still in demand, or is it starting to go down with everyone going back to work?
I don't think a lot of people are going back to the office. I feel like, I mean, it's just my opinion, but I feel like a lot of people that got on the whole remote working thing, a lot of offices are like, just stay there, like, because they're realizing. Well, I mean, then they're saving money. Yeah. But I mean, did you work from home all the time, like pre-pandemic, Jimmy? Like, or did you have any schedule at home?
I did, yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Which, my boss and I had that talk today. I was like, look, man, and this is what I paid. It was weird. I paid $3.79 this morning for gas. So then when I got off work, I see $4.09. I was like, are you kidding me? It's going up. Well, my boss is like, yeah, we might start 2 days a week again. I was like, please. So I can push that, which means I could work whole 3 days a week, right? So it'd work out, But
Ed, you don't get up with rush hour, so you wouldn't notice. But I've noticed that like rush hour around here, and it's nothing compared to what the traffic in LA. But I've noticed that rush hour around here is not nearly as congested still to this day, and I feel like a lot of people are sticking with it because I've read articles where like a lot of the people that are doing remote work don't want to go back to the office because they find that they're more productive, and they've sold it that way to their bosses. Like, I'm way more productive. I always was more productive working from home, even when I worked for State Farm. Like, if I could work from my home office, I was more productive in a day because I wasn't trying to find ways to waste time while I was at the office.
Yeah, exactly.
I would do, a lot of my work in the morning and do all the, answer all the emails I need to answer in the morning. And then I'd go and get a sandwich, or I'd go and do something or whatever. And then I'd come back and do the rest of my work, and then, that kind of thing. But I found I was twice as productive, and that's how I ended up getting a lot of, my boss was like, well, why don't you work from home 2 days a week? And I'm like, if I can do that, I'll gladly do it. But I feel like a lot of people had that similar experience where they've noticed that their employees are more productive with this remote working thing. So that's my opinion.
Yeah.
But although in my head, every time I'm at work, I'm like, I could be making more money reselling.
Someday.
Because I have to be stuck there.
Yeah. In a box in a garage saying it. I can hear the voice of Sarah saying, it's not that big. I'm retired and still up at 5 a.m. every day. Bless you, Mark. I am not. 2% spandex is stretchy. Yeah. Why am I picturing a pair of Levi's Speedo?
Oh
no. Old place work, they're starting to bring people back. Spent $10,000 to $12,000 a year just on gas over 20 years. Yeah, I don't understand why it wouldn't matter. Trish says you're all cracking me up tonight. Well, we're cracking ourselves up.
Yeah.
Good night, Angie. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Angie.
Yeah, me as an ex-manager would want my people where I can manage them at least 60% of the time. Yeah.
Well, they're home, they're doing their own stuff. I would.
I don't know. I guess it really just depends on the business that you're into and how trustworthy your employees are. Because if your employees aren't trustworthy, then you've got a problem. So that's. Yeah. But I feel like if your employees aren't trustworthy enough to work from home, they're not going to be any more or less trustworthy whenever you have them in the office. They're just going to find ways to sneak behind your back. So I don't know.
Yeah.
To me, it's always like when I was a sales manager, everyone was like, well, you gotta ask them every morning what they're doing and this, that, and the other thing. And and I'm like, why? And they were like, well, you got to know that they're doing the right activities and they're doing things. And I'm like, I'll know eventually. And they're like, well, how? And I'm like, what do you mean? They're not going to sell anything if they're not working.
Yeah.
I'm like, so why would I micromanage them and hound them every morning to show me what they're doing when they're just going to lie to my face? Like, they're just, oh, I'm working on this and I'm working on this and I'm working on this. And then you're like, yeah, great. Where's the sale? And then like, so I'd rather them just not lie to me and then figure it out at the end of the month when they didn't sell anything. So that's just my, but I never liked micromanaging anybody. So I guess that's why.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Does Sarah micromanage you?
Yes. But that's a totally different story. That's because I don't rinse my dishes out, Ed. Wait for it. It's coming.
I'm just afraid.
It's coming. Any second now, it's coming. There it is.
So funny story about that. So if I've been in the office, I've been this guy, I've been trying to get back to working from home. So I've been keeping my office door closed. Well, for some reason it got too hot in my office today, so I left the door open. Well, I've been on this kick. I don't know why. I've been watching planes land at LAX. And believe it or not, there's 4,000 people that watch all these planes every time.
Oh, I believe it.
It's live for probably 12 hours a day. And so I have it on my one computer screen. I have like the A380 is about ready to land. I was like, oh, that's a big plane. So I was like, watching, right?
Oh my God.
Well, I did not know. So I watched. So when it landed, I look over to my left. I'm like, there's my boss. He's like, oh, that's impressive, isn't it? I was like, yeah, that was a pretty big plane, wasn't it, man? He's like, this is what you've been doing? I was like, yeah, I guess. Yeah, I was like, dude, it's soothing watching these planes land, right? And he was like, well, where are you at on I can't tell you the customer. That'll do it. So
yeah.
He's like, where are you at on this, right? I was like, oh, it's done. He's like, oh, okay, well, go back to watching your planes. I'm like, and he just walks out. I was like, dude, you didn't get my email?
And by the way, how the hell did you get in here so quietly?
I did. Well, he is really, he's so light, like what do they call it, light-footed or something. Yeah. He can sneak up behind you, and it scares the crap out of you, man.
I hate people like that.
And Sarah's right. Send us the link. I'm curious to see that.
Yeah.
It's
well, Ed, you could just drive down the road.
Well, they're on YouTube. They're on YouTube. It's LA Flights. Legit, man.
Oh, there's a bunch of people. I was scrolling through Reels today, and somebody had Reels is Instagram's version of TikTok, but there was a camera set up right behind the two pilots, and they were taxiing to take off on the runway. And I was like, I'm watching it. It was at night too, so all those instruments are lit up, and it's really cool. And then he's pushing that stick forward, and all of a sudden, and I'm like, oh, this is awesome. I love this. And he just all of a sudden you see the plane get up. Like he takes his hand off the throttle and then he puts he pulls the plane up and you're like, oh my God, yeah. And Sarah's like, that's terrifying. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Takeoff's the best. Because you're sitting in your seat and you're like, oh boy. And then it's weightless.
It's just impressive, man. That one takes off, one lands. One takes off, one lands. And then they'll be like, oh, look at this. One from Japan and one from China. You see them both coming in together.
Wait. There's somebody doing a voiceover on this thing?
There's two guys. There's one guy that's commentating, and his brother is filming across the street from LAX. Yeah, they're on from 9:30 Pacific.
I thought this was now. LAX's official YouTube page or something.
No.
Oh. So they go live, they watch planes take off and land, and somebody's actually doing a comment.
About 14 hours a day. Yeah.
Man,
the box found them already. And I think Jennifer just...
They are live. Great. Here's the link.
So 9:30 Ed's time. There's going to be a 380 coming in that I need to watch because they've been excited since this morning about it.
You're like, guys, I gotta go because there's an Airbus 380 coming in right now. So can I get off this live? We just lost all our viewers. We're down to zero. Everybody's over in that live now, watching.
2,000 people watching, and they actually have a subscription too.
They get a $400 super chat.
Dude, they have almost 200,000 subscribers. I mean, just watching planes. It's insane.
Look,
they got a $400.
Swiss Airlines is taxiing the runway right now.
They got a $430 super chat.
Jimmy's got to go watch the Airbus.
No,
they're live. Sorry. People super chatting in there. That's crazy,
right?
Oh man, did we I'm on the wrong business, man.
That's what I said. I was like, do I need to go to Dayton International, just sit out there with a camera and just film them?
Real boring out here. There'd be 3 flights coming and going. I got to get there in the morning to watch the 3 commuter flights leave, and then a couple during the afternoon.
Do not ask me why I got it on the kick of watching airplanes.
I'm gonna watch it as soon as we get off. As soon as we're done.
We're like, how'd you even find it? Just searching it?
Well, I was trying to find an airline that I was about ready to book, and I was like, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait, they're live. And so I just watched. I've been watching it ever since.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
It's kind of weird.
Well, Susan watched some YouTube clips from London Heathrow, planes landing during high winds, wind shear, guessing when one would land or go around. It was awesome. Oh,
that'd be cool. Interesting to see.
Sarah says it's honestly awesome. I gotta watch this.
So back to the planes, but so they literally made fun of this Japanese plane. They're like, "Hey, look, he's going the wrong way. They're going to have to do a U-turn with this."
No. It's not funny at all.
No, it was funny. I was like, this is a double-decker plane that they're going to be doing a U-turn in the parking lot with this thing. It was neat, you know.
Oh wait, he was still on the ground. Oh, yeah, I was like, they're laughing as the plane's going. Oh, he's going in the wrong one way. That's not going to be good at all.
So, well, no, he was like, they backed him out. Well, instead of going left, like to where he was turning, he turned right. You're like, oh, he's going out to the parking lot. I'm like, what's so funny about that? I was like, this is a double-decker plane, dude, with people in there. That's not funny.
That's funny. Oh man, I gotta check this out. Yeah, there was, so when I lived in the Bay Area, they were one of like 2 airports, and I don't think LAX is one of them, because LAX I think has a shorter runway. They were one of like 2 or 3 airports on the West Coast that could take this massive plane, and it was a plane that was coming in from China, and it was like the biggest commercial jet ever made, like one of the biggest ever made. You have to have a certain length of runway for it to take off and land. And it was parked there at SFO when I went to fly out. And this thing is impressive. And you're like looking at the size of this massive plane thinking, how can this thing get off that ground? And so I was Googling the plane while I was waiting for my flight, and I was watching it take off. And I'm like, because watching it take off, this thing is so huge, and you like the camera angles back, like you're not on the plane, so you watch it take off, it looks like it's doing 4 miles an hour before it takes off because it's so huge, and it's just like this thing isn't going to make it off that ground. In San Francisco, their runways all end at the bay, so like if you don't make it, you're in the water. Yeah. So I'm like, he's not going to make it. I'm like, oh, look at that, he's in the air. Like, well, that's impressive. They get that thing off the ground. It's huge.
Yeah, I know. Then they're like, oh, he's going 200 miles per hour. You're like, are you sure he's going that fast?
Yeah,
it does not look like,
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't look like, but they are.
They're moving. Yeah. When they take off, people in the chat are like, here we go.
Yeah, it's funny.
Oh, man, I got to take a look at this.
Yeah, it's funny. It's
all
funny.
right, we got to go, guys. We'll see you.
Yeah, we got to watch planes for another few hours.
Oh, that's amazing.
Ed, what time is it at your house right now?
8.
Yeah.
Oh, we still got an hour and a half. Yes, the planes.
All right. Well, we are going to get out of here. What do you guys got going on your channel? I guess we'll start with that. What do you got coming up?
I don't really have anything planned. I did my my live yesterday. Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah.
That's really all I had planned for this week. I'm probably just gonna take a break from YouTube unless something significantly happens in the marketplaces, or I just come up with something to talk about, like any kind of topic. Then I'll make a video. But other than that, I don't have nothing planned for this week, other than maybe another live for this coming weekend. Or if not, I probably won't. And if not, I'll see you guys here again on Monday.
Cool. Jimmy, what you got going?
I got to work on a video because my Ben's boss said no. So, so I might take Adam's advice to say, "Hey, I'm out here, not filming, and just do a haul."
Yeah,
probably. If I see how it works. No more Tuesday and Thursday lunchtime chats. Work said no. And then my Sunday show is actually changing a little bit. So I did take a break last week. So maybe this Sunday I'll be back live at 7 p.m. And I'll tell you guys offline what's going to be happening with it. So.
All right, cool. All right.
But other than that, that's it.
We got Tuesdays with Sarah coming tomorrow, which is going to include me because I'm there. So Ben's video coming out tomorrow. And then Thursday we are live back with this lady right here, Whirl Squirrel. Will be our guest on Thursday at 9 p.m. So me and Sarah and Kristen will be chatting on Thursday. And yeah, what's old video coming on Saturday? It seemed like you guys like the new format, so we're going to keep it going in that direction. But yeah, that's about all I got coming up this week. Not a whole lot leading into this month was planned because of obvious reasons. We're getting married in less than a month, so trying to keep it at a minimum. So that's what's going on with us. Yeah, that's about it. So Kristen can't wait. It's going to be a good time. So, and thank you, John, for stopping by. Enjoy going off to work. We appreciate it. So yeah, next Thursday night.
That's what she's seeing it now. So like the 380 will be there. There will be like 20 people said $3.80. I'm like, what is going on?
That's funny. Yeah, super chats and the dollar amount of the plane number. That's funny. Oh, and Mark's toilet video is up to 467. We got to get that.
That's awesome.
So cool. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll be live back here on next Monday with the three of us. So if you guys want to stop by, Jennifer, that one's not up yet, unfortunately, but it will be up before Thursday. I promise.
Remember to tell your friends too if they like this kind of format.
Yeah, for sure. If you guys share this, we're trying to grow the show and trying to get this to be the next big thing. So if you got friends, bring them on in. We'll gladly, talk with them and entertain them and talk about weird stuff like we always do. So thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will catch you on the next one.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Good day, sir.